Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, it's showtime. Jazz hands. Oh, here we are. It's a new season. I believe I was going with Thea 3. That one. Oracle Thea, the Blasphemer. I was trying to come up with the reason why they would always, instead of introducing new characters, they'd introduce new versions of the same characters. And this is smart from a microtransactions point of view because you can use your microtransactions that you bought for other versions of the same character. So you're not always buying, you don't have to buy new microtransactions for characters if it's a particular character you like. And so it encourages you to buy more because they're not going to be deprecated because you're no longer going to be playing that character because you're always going to be playing the new character. So that was what I figured out. Smart, huh? It is the season of the Vorax. Let's see. Haunting Abomination. Yep. That's what we start with. And it's going to take me a while to get back used to it because I've been playing PoE 2, and that's QWERTY movement. Nah, I clicked. Press the D to interact. It'll be a while here. I'll be a little bit slow going. I've turned off all the voice because it gets so repetitive. Alright, here we go. Put the right mouse button. Still, okay, yeah. It seems to have murdered them quite effectively. I'm going to have to go hands off for now. Unless I'm healing, because otherwise I'm going to try moving with it, and that just is not going to work. Pick up an item. Okay, I'll pick up 2 items in point of fact. One of the things I do like is that you don't have to move to the item to pick it up. You can click on it, it's a full screen away, and pick it up. I have a new chest, which I'll wear. I got new stats. I like stats, and I cannot lie. This is, I think we actually want the erosion one, because our spells are erosion spells. Hi, Liv. How you doing? Good evening to whomever has joined me. Watch them all just kind of die out. They're all dying very satisfactorily. Mini boss fight. We will skip the story stuff because the story is pretty unimpressive would be a good understatement. Pretty nonsensical. And I'm not sure they've actually done anything with it since like the first couple of seasons. It feels like they kind of went, okay, whatever. I have obtained Blink, a movement skill. My understanding is for leveling this, a lot of people will put multiple versions of Blink, 2 or even 3 versions, because it has 2 charges. I held up 3 fingers. It has 2 charges, and let's do it like this. If you have 2 of them, you can. I will resist the urge to leave the middle finger up. You can use 1 and use 2, by which time this one will hopefully have regenerated. But if you ever go 1, 2, bloop. So if you ever go down to 0 on one of them, the other one goes to 0 as well. Link. Install. We also have stuff in our inventory. That's additional cold damage. Is there... That's a wand. The stabs are 2-handed. If we had 2 wands, we'd probably be better off. Theoretically, that's an increase in damage. We'll find out, I suppose. Sure, we'll use that. Why not? Here is the movement spell in action. It does not have 2 charges. I guess we'll probably put one of the mods on them for that. What do we got here? We can't access any of that stuff yet. It is a brand new season. If you're not familiar with Torchlight Infinite, they do the sort of seasonal mechanic as you would expect from an ARPG these days. That tends to be the method for keeping people interested. It's not to keep them interested all the time, but to keep them interested intermittently. Alright, I've unlocked talents. I believe we do go with God of Deception. Now, flashbang coming. I had actually set this up to work on full screen, windowed, so that I could stream the game instead of the window. In other words, the monitor. But it didn't work with Streamlabs. Oh, sorry, it didn't work with the, not Streamlabs, but the Stream Deck software, which means I'm going to have to futz around with Stream Deck to get it working. Probably going to have to turn that into administrator as well. So that means that it will be screen swapping, and you're about to get flashbanged. Close your eyes if you're delicate. Passivation. Oh, Goddess of Deception, I think is what we want. It is Goddess of Deception. Goddess of Deception. Activate. First point goes there. Extra damage. Boom. In the end, this is going to be an erosion build, which is basically a dot class. Another level for me. I guess I really am just battles. It is interesting. Let us see if we put on 2 Weathervine wands. See where that leaves us. It should be exactly the same. Put the second one on, and now we look at the staff. Yeah, the original one we started with, so we do have slightly less goodness with the staff. We also have a new available talent node. Takes us 3 points to be able to move on to the next tier of stuff. When we spent 12 points, we get to pick up a special feature. When we spent 24, we get another. Compound Source, upgrade to 2. That is my potion spell. My healing potion. And Haunting Apparition also, too. New Blink is buff. Dual wielding increases attack and block chance by 30%, attack speed by 10%. I have obtained Passivation, which is indeed my first. We can't activate it right now because bombarding the places we were standing. Here we should be able to. Talent node, that'll be free. So we're already doing 27% more damage than we were doing 10 minutes ago. And also, we have an empty skill slot. These are basically the same as support skills in Path of Exile. Passivation, support skill that deals damage. The supported skill cannot inflict wilt, which is a type of damage. Supported skill deals more damage to enemies with more life, up to 41% additional erosion damage. The Ancient Battleground. We did get other stuff, right? We got a ring. Damage and survival, as gives us a little bit of fire resistance. The survival percentage damage obvious. Gloves, both are the same. All three the same. All three the same. Hey, Nod Knox, how you doing? Up late again. I hope the birthday was fecking awesome. Pardon my language. Murdering monsters is what I'm doing. Another level for me. I've unlocked Resurrection Warcry. So, have to go here for the next one. Another 18%. That's 45% damage increase already. We are just a murdering machine. Not really. Move that. That's right. You can't. There we. We need to recycle all of these, I think. I have to remind myself how to. Wow, they've changed this UI. Sorry. There is a dwarf in the barrel, and that's not a euphemism. Worst. Oh shit! The worst you've ever had. 10 minutes after you said goodbye, your wife came down. Severe food poisoning, leaving you with fixing all the errands. Oh yeah, that's terrible. That's pretty bad. Yeah, nothing more depressing than a birthday where nothing goes right. I suggest you wait a week and have an actual birthday celebration. 51 weeks. is fine. Or I guess celebrating 53 weeks. And you've not eaten dinner. If I'm not mistaken, it's something in the morning o'clock where you are. Yeah, that's a pretty bad day. Did we open up the... Why is the... Oh, they've moved the location. I think they moved it. Used to be right next to where you picked up Corey, I think. Also, Corey... No, maybe not. Corey, not the most interesting name for a dwarf. I am known far and wide. I am Corey Orkbane? No, not me. "3:13 in the morning. That is a long day. I hope your wife feels better. I've had food poisoning, I think, really just once. And it was one of those where as soon as I threw up, I immediately wanted to eat. So. Still, that's not a great way to spend any amount of time, let alone your birthday. Let's see, we've got another level for our potion, and another level for our current main DPS spell of Haunting Abomination. I've been called worse. Ow! I just want to say for the record, that was bullshit. He hit me after he was already dead. That's a much better wand. We'll use that. And that is a much better wand than that one, so we'll use that. A much better chest. We'll use that. I prefer the energy shield to the evasion, so I will stick with that. And better boots. Once she's feeling better, the two of you can argue over who had the worst day. I am going to AFK for just a sec and refill my coffee cup. I made an extra cup because I started early. So I still have 2 to go. Am back. She'll win that argument by default. Oh, come on. One day of sickness, but it's your, one birthday a year. I think it's at least debatable. I have a new talent node. Let's see. Once again, I will repeat. Flashbang coming in. Close your eyes. Never mind, it's dark mode. %18 more damage. I'm a damaging machine. Hi, Corey. It's just... He looks... If a dwarf could be named Corey, that is what he would look like. No offense to anyone named Corey, unless you're actually a dwarf named Corey, in which case, yeah, that would kind of be offensive. An empty skill slot. This is... Aha, so we have Haunting Abomination. Have that debate with her. You'll give me her number. You'll give me your number. Is she seeing anyone? Speed Phantom casts a skill. Scorching Beam. Life Source casts a skill and gains Restoration. Mana Source. Oh, we have more. Oh, nice. Now, theoretically, we're supposed to get another Blink so that we can have 2 Blink skills and alternate them. So we can use them more often to be faster, but I don't really find that interesting. So. Shadow Swamp. Cast the skill and generate Erosion Explosion. Sure, let's go with that. Oh, I already had Arcane Circle. Never mind. I was supposed to use that, I think. What does it do? Good question. Arcane Circle casts Euphoria. When an enemy enters the Arcane Circle for the first time, each buff grants additional spell damage. Okay. Drop that on bosses and whatnot, I suppose. Oh no. Oh no, we want Blink there. How did you end up on E when that wasn't E a minute ago? It's correct on my... Wow, that's weird. Anyway, I have got my first something here. Come on, guys. There it is. I can claim I have hit a skill from the skill shop. These are currencies used in-game. Like a lot of Asian games, they pile on the currencies. A lot of the free-to-play Asian games in particular pile on the currencies. Blink leveled up. We'll get to that in just a second. There we go. Ow. I got hit. I'm hit! Medic! Medic! No, that was medic, not emetic. Although emetic might. Oh, you little booger snots. Little booger snots. Also, their noise is not felicitous. Passivation has leveled up. Very nice. She vomited so hard she passed out and broke half the glassware in your bathroom. Jeez, okay, yeah. She wins. Yeah. Good God, I mean, on the positive, to throw up that hard, you can't fall face first because the jet force would push you backwards. It's possible I'm not helping my case. All right, I have remembered how to play on a click-to-move ARPG, because I had forgotten. I honest to God had forgotten because I've been playing PoE 2. something flashed behind me. Oh, they're still bombing us. A new talent node. Yay. And we have so much damage now. Yeah. All I remember from my one instance of food poisoning was getting to the point of the lovely and scenic dry heaves, and then once it was all gone and you cleaned up your face and whatnot, I was ready to eat. But yeah, it was the stomach just clenching for a good minute and a half solid. Hey, that hurt. Gotta do some damage here. Pardon me. Gotta do some damage. Got past him. Loser. Bonewood staff. Bonewood. Sorry. Well, a lot of these circles aren't evil. That red circle there, you'll note when I hit something that sort of expands out, that's my good circle. It's an ARPG. It is, especially when you get further on, it's a lot more of a fast-moving ARPG. You spend a lot of your time just blasting maps, destroying huge swaths of creature, which makes it, entertaining. It doesn't feel as deep as most other ARPGs, but it's fun. Arcane Circle went up. We want to remember to cast that this time on Batman. Oh, that's around me. Whoops, that was not good. I would like to go out on the record and just say that. Oops, 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 oops. Let's see. No, that's armor and max life is pretty good combo, I'm gonna say. That is theoretically better, but again, I prefer the energy shield. We're gonna go ahead and recycle. Wrong button. There we go. Everything. My left hand keeps wanting to do stuff. I'm so used to moving now in PoE 2. Ground Divide is the next enhancement to our main spell. Over here is how you determine the equivalent of how many sockets from PoE or PoE 2. Like the main skill, increase, and it costs a total of 10. I don't remember the actual energy. There we go. And that gives us a second socket. And so this is how you have to budget out your socket. So if you've got the energy early, there's an item you can get that gives you a bunch of energy, but no real stats. That basically allows you to get like a 5 or 6 socket equivalent skill very early in the game. We go back, we come here, and we go with Ground Divide. Max Terra charges stacks for the supported skill. Terra is a type of thing, basically ground targeting, I believe. 56% restoration speed for the supported skill, and 2.5% additional damage for the supported skill. So basically we can get like 2 stacks of it. Did we just get one? We got one. We don't need another. Thank you. So now basically we should be able to drop 2 stacks on things and they'll die twice as quick. That's just science, guys. We have completed a 3-link with the main skill. Another energy core. I'm returning for Titan Quest 2. I saw they added a lot of content. I just saw that maybe 20 minutes before I started streaming. DatMods is playing. And so, yeah, I'll be going back pretty soon. Sometime in the next week or two, I expect. Yeah, I liked what I had, what I had played. You know, I wasn't... One of the things with me is I have a relatively short attention span, and a lot of times there are a lot of things around I want to play. So that's a me problem. Ooh, this is the new League mechanic. Quest, Vorax Healing Guide. Whether you found the Vorax infected or have become one yourself, you're always welcome at Dr. Shelley. Oh, very nice. Sort of a Frankenstein vibe for the League, if you're not aware of it. And they've named our helper after the author of Frankenstein. Dr. Shelley, I thought we just did that. Quest. The Vorax infected are easy to spot. They're still alive, but they're rotting and covered in a bright red festering substance. Does it look like a hat on the top of their heads? It would be a great help if you could extract some of that infected material from them. With your help, we can begin grafting mutated organs onto different specimens to cultivate a superhost carrying the Vorax contagion. At that time, I'll need you to step in and extract a potential cure for mutations from these dangerous hosts. The higher the concentration, the more effective it'll be, and the more I'll be willing to pay. In any case, whether you found the infected or have become one yourself, you're always welcome at Dr. Shelley's underground clinic. As long as you wait until Sunday or further into next week, you can come along, be along live for the ride. Okay, I guarantee it. Hey, Lone Star Wolf. Good evening. Welcome. Right. Just realized we are missing our mini map. I mean, it's not vital, but I'm used to having it. Oh, there it is. It's in the... Oh. Did it? Was it always in that corner? I don't remember it being in that corner, but it might have been. I'm more used to it being in the upper right corner, maybe just in the games. Maybe I've been hallucinating the whole thing. An ivory staff. This is worthless! Yeah, just ping me. And let me know, and I'm totally down for that. Okay, Compound Source gets another level. Haunting Abomination gets another level. I mean, who doesn't like a nice Haunting Abomination, really? Can you ever have too many abominations? I don't. We have a new talent node. Okay, we have 6 here. Now we come over here to movement speed and skill area. Skill area, movement speed's always good. Skill area is good in this particular case because the AE of the infections we drop onto mobs that hurt them will now grow larger. I have not played this class before, so I am learning. These are the bad guys, the new League mechanic baddies. Ooh, somebody hit me hard. But I did get a nice ring. Let's take a look. It is definitely better than my non-existent second ring, so yeah. What was that? Did it have erosion? Erosion resistance and energy shield. Energy shield works just like PoE energy shield. I want to make sure I didn't miss any dudes down here because it's the first League mechanic appearance. So I want to make sure we clean up when we can. The League mechanics here are not universally good, but they have had some really good leagues. I mean, you know, definitely better than some of the off-season PoE 1 leagues have been. Computer can't handle the game. It lags something fierce. I fear they need some optimization, both single and multiplayer, before release. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I am pleased with how much it feels similar to the first one, given that they were not involved in the production of the first one. Whoop! Something's... Oh, that... I wish those things would go away. You know, once the guy who cached them is dead, they could go away now. All right, what else we got here? No. That is pretty good. Carved wood, ivory staff. That's theoretically even better. I don't know though. Erosion. Oh, the intelligence makes it better, I think. Yeah. Zoom at your aging i7 7700. I'm not sure what I've got. I don't think I'm much advanced above that. I didn't see any real problems when I was playing, but then I am not very good at picking up performance issues most of the time. Yes. Runic went on to make Grim Dawn. Yeah. As much as I like Grim Dawn, and make no mistake, I do, I'll probably be buying the expansion for that. I would almost say that's a certainty. I'm not nuts about the sort of mechanic where you have to figure out on your own, kind of, which skills are one-ofs, which ones have a certain optimal amount, and which ones you want to max. You know, you do want 1 point in a 10-point skill. Do you really want 3 points to optimize, or do you want all 10? There's no easy way of knowing without a build guide, unless you're, you know, a savant with the game system. So a lot of flexibility, but a lot of times the optimal is extremely difficult to come up with. THQ bought the rights and threw out 3 DLCs for a near 20-year game. If it makes them money, if the first one makes them money, then they're smart to make more. Too many companies are too willing to just let things die. It's like they don't understand that in gaming circles, players frequently have a lot of loyalty to an IP, to a studio. I believe this will have our first appearance. There's the strange man. He is strange. The first appearance of one of the mechanics. They added a few, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago? Maybe a year ago? Which is basically sort of a rerunnable sort of set-piece dungeon with specific drops. And I will be running that. I'll be running some of them until I get a couple of specific drops out of them. This one, I think, is sort of an optional drop. Never followed a build guide for any RPG and finished and felt OP in all of them, especially Grim Dawn and PoE. It depends. For instance, PoE 2 is a good example for me. The first build I did, and these were all following the build guides. The first build I did was a ranger build that was guaranteed to be good, and I couldn't get past Jamon-Ra, the final boss of the second act. Second build I went with was I wanted to try a werewolf build. I got it like level 20, and it was doing really well, so I figured I would follow a quest guide, and it did work well. I made it all the way to maps, but it felt really weak in maps. The third one, I followed a build guide from the start. It's the strongest build I have ever played, start to finish, and that was the Frost Arrow mercenary build. I will be playing that for my first build next time there's a new league. The fourth one I've played is the first time I've reached maps without dying, and I just finished my first corrupted nexus of the league, and so I still haven't died on that one. That one is very, very strong after it gets to the ascendancy. It's the genie's ascendancy, and it's been really strong ever since I haven't died. But the first 20 or 22 levels or 25 levels was a slow go. We're going in, and these are the things. Commonly, we'll get the helm. If we get the helm, we'll use it. We'll probably use that if we get it. Let's teleport. But I'll go through these a number of times because they tend to be really good XP. And that's reason enough by itself. Hi guys. We got the helm the first time. And we got a basically a spec one. Looks like a League of Legends single-player RPG. It is an ARPG, so it's a Diablo-alike. I know some people give him crap for calling it Diablo-alike. I've been calling them Diablo-alikes since there was a Diablo and then a game that was like it. It's faster playing. It's a higher entropy, so you'll see a lot. If you watch in-game players, they'll be just fucking blasting stuff. And this eventually becomes a literal no-button build, and very similar to Righteous Fire in Path of Exile, in that all you do is run and teleport through the map, killing it. I find that I need to figure the game, and especially its math, if you're to have fun. It's all surgery on a platter. I lose interest. I can completely understand. And when I was younger, I definitely would have done exactly the same. Identify all. Because I loved the math in games. It's one of the things I found games to be really interesting is just based on the math. But now, I mostly just want to have simple fun, especially if I'm streaming a game. In that, I can chat with you lovely folks. And the dude. Ooh, sorry. Just kidding, dude. 2 new talent nodes. Not 1, but 2. Boom, boom. Oh, boom. Allocate. Boom. Allocate. I will say, the UI on this game isn't great on the PC, but it's better than almost all of the console UIs on PC that I've played. Console UIs, get your shit together. Thank you. This has been a PC player. Let's challenge it again, shall we? Be pulled in by aesthetics and game mechanics. Understandable, yeah, I can certainly get that. I mean, there's a reason that a lot of the various Asian games don't interest me a lot. I am so tired of the Asian gaming aesthetic, the anime aesthetic. I find it so tedious. So yes, aesthetics, a lot of people will poo-poo that, but no, they can pretend that it doesn't matter all they like, but it matters to most people. That didn't work. Basically, at a certain point, it'll say, hey, you're not getting as much XP as if you were doing something else. I will keep doing those until that pops up. I assume we're here next. Flashbang incoming. Oh, wait, that's right. It's not really much of a flashbang. Wait, no. Now I'm pressing buttons wrong. Hold on. Bear with me. I did it again. Hold on. This time for sure. There we go. Nope, that's not the one I wanted either. Too many things that look exactly the same. Can I bop straight to there? I don't think I can bop straight to there. Find out. I can. Oh, I can. Good. Okay. Who needs streaming a game and sitting alone at home in the dark juggling formulas and not really comparable? Yeah, it's one of the things I try not to. There are certain games I love to wonk out about and will do, and I won't play them on stream simply because it requires my full attention, and it's not very interesting. Watched a lot of streamers over the years and I say very good in the interaction with chat. Thank you. I try. One thing I still constantly need to be mindful of is readbacks, like I just did, where I read what a chatter says, especially in my case, because I'm dual streaming. My streams go to YouTube and Twitch. And I don't want people to think that I'm insane. Because if they find out that I am, that might hurt viewership. Another level? Oh, you shouldn't have. Thank you. You guys die yet? One of you did. So eventually you can see sort of what this does is it infects a mob with the circle, and the circle expands, and that does damage. And what will happen eventually is the circle around me will be the thing that does damage, and I'll just run around, and everything will run. Yay! Really talking to the voices in his head. Yeah, that's totally not happening. Yes, it is happening. I'm sorry. There we go. Do we have anything new and improved? Let's identify those. We'll see if not as good, slightly better, better get a bucket. I'm going to throw up. Movie reference. Recycle the things we're not using. And also, recycle those. Ooh, that's new. You recycle these, you get bits used during grafting to add affixes related to the item. Legendary affixes on Vorax gear will not take effect. Okay, so this is sort of like Last Epoch, when you destroy things and you get shards out that you can use to then craft other items. Is that what people call schizophrenia these days? YouTube streaming? Yeah, well, actually, Kick streaming would be more accurate. It is free to play. I actually don't know if it's co-op. I think it's single player, but it is free to play on both mobile and PC. And I don't imagine it'd be very demanding, given the fact that it is also on mobile. I don't think it'd be too demanding on PC. And I think it's fun. No, I'm not going to... It ain't the be-all and end-all. I haven't selected a core talent. Oh, did we hit 12 points already? We did. Pardon me. It is that thing, the sort of flippy thingy. That was not particularly impressive. A 50% deterioration chance. And deterioration lasts for a second. When the duration ends, deals true damage equal to 60% of the erosion damage dealt. So basically, it's an extra 60% of every damage. Stacks up to 99 times. Okay, that I can see. Yeah, that seems like that's good. I'm going to buy that as being good. Everyone seems to be dying at a very acceptable pace to me, anyway. There's just something about damage over time skills that I tend to find enjoyable for whatever reason in most games. Poison, bleeding. I've never been really all that interested in incineration type effects. The chaos effects, always like. Let's face it, the chaos effects get the best colors. Boss mob again. Another level, and I have still not gotten the message that I'm not getting much XP. So I'll be hitting it again. Let me see where we're going next. That is the correct place. All right, next is straight ahead. Over here. More deterioration chance. So that was at 50% with the thing we just added here. And this is going to get it up to 74% chance. Nope, nope. Ooh, that's got a purple affix. Oh, nice. Not quite as good as the one I've got. Bloop. And bloop. We're going to challenge again. Because you're still looking for a good co-op game for an upcoming LAN weekend. Not found anything that has qualified. By co-op, do you mean 2 or do you mean more than 2? Because I can name a couple of... there have been an outbreak, as it were, of these recent sort of casual indie games like Peak, 4-player. You might want to look into stuff like Peak. There have been a number of those type of games that have come out over the course of like the last year. And I've seen friends playing them and laughing their asses off. Allergic to gather and crafting games. These aren't really those. The only one I can think of the title off the top of my head is Peak. Ooh, we got one of the other things. One of the other uniques. That's not as good. 63. If only one ring is equipped, you get all these benefits. Injury buffer, regen buffer. This one is for like a melee class that's going to be taking a lot of physical damage. So it has a lot of life. It gives you a 35% injury buffer. So I don't think I actually want to use it, but I will save it in case I have another choose to run another character. I think we like that. And I have played in the past multiple characters in a league. Int and a lot of armor. A lot of armor. A whole stinking buttload of armor. So bear with me here. That one too. Goodbye. Arcane circle went up. We're still getting XP. But I'm betting this is probably the last time we'll go through this map. Yep, another level. So we are still getting good XP. Yes, I do follow a guide for this. One of the problems the game has is the translation is not great on details. So a lot of the stuff, you know, that is explained in, tips and mouse overs and stuff like that is not necessarily easy to figure out until you've kind of worked with the game a lot. Okay, the XP has definitely leveled out. Used to be they would tell you when it was leveling out and you could move on. Oh, we had two other things. Doop, doop. These are not games that look like have great graphics or anything. Peak is about multiple players climbing mountains. It's more about the interpersonal interreactions and stuff like that. Interrelations, whatever you want to call it. That's new and improved. I'll take that. Recycle everything, including that. By default, it doesn't recycle the uniques. So now, where is it? There. Sorted. We will now continue on as we were doing before, but a lot levels higher. A lot levels. That's English. It's bad, broken English, but it is English. I can tell because I'm a natural, born American speaker of the bad English. Good. Spit all your stuff in the other direction. That's great. All right. Go. Friends would not even entertain the idea based on the graphics alone. I understand. It can be a hard sell. Their idea of fun is base building in 7 days to die or the campaign in D2. 4 players. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's the entrance to the Dwarf Kingdom. Blah de blah de blah. Let's just go. Yeah, I wish I could come up with some suggestions. For guides for this game, there are a couple creators I trust. And if you look up the creators, they'll take you to a guide site. Don the Crown and Palsteron come to mind. Max Roll became really bad the last 2 years. In my experience, it's been mixed. You have to be careful. Again, I mostly go by the creators, not the website. So I would agree that it's not something by default I would trust to build guides. It would be the guide creators. And Palsteron and Don the Crown both hit end game level stuff. Palsteron also plays PoE 2. At end game quality stuff. Don the Crown is spelled exactly the way you would expect. D-O-N-D-H-E-C-R-O-W-N. Palsteron is P-A-L-S-T-E-R-O-N, I think. And they both play to end game levels, but they will also, I think, have guides for level. right now, because this build kind of changes when it gets to level 70, which sounds like a lot, but that's probably, for a gamer who knows what they're doing, like 4 hours or something. For me, it'll probably be 6 to 8. The build sort of changes at that point. And so this build guide is another creator's build guide from those two guys. But I'll be using Palsterons later on, after the change. This guy's build guide is more easily approachable for the start than Palsteron's guide. The Palsteron's guide takes you from basically from this, where it really will be easier for me is when it gets to like level 70 something. Ballista Toxic Rain, and it was good. Cool. Palsteron, I assume? Not sure if Don the Crown plays PoE or not. I'm sure he has played it, but I don't know how much he's played it. Palsteron's actually also a pretty good listen if you are looking for a streamer to listen to. My guess is if he's not on right now, it's probably because, well, I believe he's in Europe. And as Nod Knox can confirm, it's like 4 in the morning. I can understand why they want multiple copies of the movement skill, but I would be hitting the wrong movement skills all the time. I don't think I can multiplex the same skill on 2 different keys. I would get lost. No, we like the life there. Adding 1-to-1 lightning is not floating my boat. Generate 3... Oh, much less armor. Reaping, we're not doing any reaping yet. Reaping basically allows you to pry off extra damage, like 2 seconds of the dot, without lessening the dot damage. That's pretty good. We'll go with that, sure. I'm easily talked into things. Green number, good. Green number, good. Oh, sure. Told you. I'm easily convinced. Question you've been pondering and stewing off stream, but never remembered while watching me live. Why do you never see me playing games like Baldur's Gate 3? I have played a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. I don't know, 10, 15 hours, something like that. My problem with Baldur's Gate 3 is completely a me problem. I play 2 to 4 hours and I decide I want to start over with a different class or spec. And I'm the exact same way in any game, any of the big wide open world RPGs where I suffer from just absolutely terrible analysis paralysis. If you give me too many choices, there's a song by Devo. There was a dog who licked a bone. No, there was a dog who got 2 bones. He licked the one, he licked the other. He run in circles and he fall dead. That's me. You did a long series on the same game before, you've seen and watched on the YouTube. Yes, I can do that. I don't do it frequently, but there are single-player games that I will play to completion. The problem with me for BG3, and there was another game I've played in the not too distant past where I had the exact same problem, and I had the problem with Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. There are so many choices that I always feel like I'm making the wrong choice. Again, it is a completely lens problem. I think there are other people who can certainly empathize, like the people who play the same game over and over to try different things, right? BG3 gets a lot of those people who have played it a half a dozen times to see what other things are out there. I don't even have the stick-to-itiveness to actually stick to it. For me to actually complete... Whoa, that was a Badoop. It's a treasure chest. I've opened 100 chests. I'm surprised that's not more. I have like almost 300 hours in this game. But there are a few single-player games that I have finished. I finished Dredge, which was my game of the year a couple of years ago. I finished Call of Cthulhu. Oh, he's bad. I did not get out of the way fast enough. That one's on me. I teleported behind him and didn't realize he was doing a ground pound. And so I couldn't teleport out of the ground pound. Boot up game and let Steam decide stuff. Then it's chat's fault when you make the wrong decision. I don't know if you were around for it. I think for my birthday, Fat Buddy tipped me $50. And Streamlabs didn't tell me, so I didn't notice it until the next day. And so the next time he showed up, I apologized and I told him he can pick a game and I will play it. He hasn't cashed it in yet, but he can choose a game that I will play, and I will give it a good shot. Now, I have talked to him on stream about how he has kind of two choices. He can choose a game he wants to see me play because he thinks I'll enjoy it, or he thinks it's a game that he loves and he just wants to see me give it a shot. Or he can choose a game as punishment for every slight I've ever given him, or every slight every human being has ever given him. I don't want to suggest any games that I don't want to play or would be embarrassed to play, because he might be listening. For the record, Sex with Hitler? No go. And by the way, I didn't make that up. That's a game on Steam. Seriously, it is. And as far as the having the people vote, you know, if I had enough viewers, I would be happy to do exactly that kind of content. Open up my stream panel and, let's say I had 20 people, let everyone pick a game, and then we vote in tiers, eliminating those that don't get enough votes until you guys finally pick something I own that you want to see me suffer through. Because that's a given. If you give your chat power over you, the group will always choose to make you suffer. Yeah, Steam has a very dark basement, is a superb way of putting it. Yeah, it gets, especially for whatever reason, a lot of the Asian studios come up with some real weird stuff. Oh, I didn't want to do that. So I will exercise veto over anything intentionally, genuinely awful that might get picked for that. Congrats, I have obtained residues. Ew, that does not sound as much fun as I might like. All right, we got 3 there. Where are we off to next? Hold on. No flashbang coming. 3. Okay, we've got bottom and the shieldy thing. So bottom is more erosion damage. Shieldy thing is dex and int. We'll go with the erosion damage first. What are we doing on stuff in the inventory? Anything new and improved? Ooh, sexy. That's just damage. 24 life actually is pretty significant. That's a lot of armor. We're going to keep a lot of armor. Recycle. All. Go. Basically all sort of basic stuff. Monster level is 13. I have an empty skill slot. Compound source. I believe this is probably going to be residues. Sports restoration skills. 2/3 restoration duration for the supported skill. Basically, instead of healing for 100 over 5 seconds, it's going to heal for 167 over 5 seconds. I made those numbers up, but that's the way it works. Did not want to do that. What did I do? What did I do? I did something. I pressed a button. That's what I did. So this is not amazing single target at this point. Much better when you've got a bunch of mobs grouped up so that they can all sort of erode each other. Spent 500. If you spent $50 on a streamer, I would choose something that was worthwhile watching experience. Well, it depends. Depends on the streamer too. Some streamers are at their best when they're doing something they dislike. That's certainly not always the case. You know, sort of there are 2 reasons you can watch a streamer. Either you want to see them play a game, or you just want to see the streamer because the streamer is funny or interesting or, you know, something like that. Me, I'm not a huge one for making the streamers suffer. I am a great one for poking fun at the streamers. So, a different kind of abuse, perhaps you might phrase that as. Good old damage over time. Also, choosing BG3 would be pretty pointless, as $50 only gets you 1 session, not a 150-hour epic. Well, I mean, it would depend. Assuming, you know, I got deep enough into it, then yeah, I could definitely see myself sinking that much time in. I can't remember which games I've played the most on stream that I've played through the completion. Dredge would be one. Ooh, I got lucky. I was not, whoops. He keeps spitting, and I'm not liking it in the least. Marvel Midnight Suns was another one of my previous games of the year, and I played that one to completion. I know I played Call of Cthulhu to completion. Dredge I loved. Blueprints I played to sort of completion, but not really. But it's a game that's kind of endless. A friend of mine tried playing it, got frustrated, stopped playing it, saw me streaming it for New Year's Eve, decided to restart, and I've been sort of brainstorming with him, where while he's playing, he'll stream it in Discord, and if he has questions, or, you know, I'll look over while he's doing something. And so I've been sort of like brainstorming with him as he's playing through, and he's gotten way further than I ever did. But the number of times where, you know, he clicks on something and we both are just kind of, what the fuck? Oh my God, what does this mean? It's constant new stuff that we don't understand. So it's a constant, ongoing thing. It's an amazingly deep game. Stream's 100% lens-driven. Watch me play games you have no interest in. And that's great. I mean, there are streamers, I will watch them play just about anything. And there are other streamers where I'm only interested if they're playing a game I like. Even if I like the streamer. If they're playing a game I don't like, not watching. And there are a few games I don't think I would watch essentially anybody play. Let's see. Our Blink has improved, our Compound Source has improved, our Haunting Abomination has improved, and we have another talent. More erosion damage. I do think that I'm not good enough generally at games that a lot of people are going to watch me play a game to be impressed by the gameplay.
That room must be the key.
You know, for better or worse, yeah, I would say that I am going to be more or less a personality-driven streamer. People are either going to like my personality, my sense of humor, or they're not. I don't think anyone's going to stick here for the gameplay.
The spark is back. Finally.
Go back and tell him.
They might discover that I'm a streamer because of the gameplay. You know, oh, a small streamer is playing this game I like. I will view that. And that can lead to me catching, you know, some people, but generally speaking, it's not going to be a gameplay-driven stream. There are a few streamers, I will watch them play games because they're so fucking good. Ben _, who you might be familiar with if you watch PoE streams, because he's about best in the world. Not the best, one of. Ooh, Battle Pact Spirits. Ah, Pact Spirits. Pact Spirits are the pay-to-win element that exists in this game. You can have pets. The pets, you will get some pets randomly. I have not purchased any of these pets. But they have an in-game benefit and you can buy them. So you can get multiple copies of a really good one and it will be super powerful for you. The way I've heard it described is, at the end game, if you have the right Pact Spirits, you'll do twice as much damage and you'll get twice as much loot. That was sort of the quick description of how much power you can get from these pay-to-win elements. Now, I've got decent Pact Spirits because I've played for a while. You donated and got to choose a game, you think it'd be the odd one out and choose Pen and Paper, 2nd ED, D&D, Ravenloft? I'm sorry, 2nd edition. No, I am a 1st edition, 2nd printing snob. I even have the upturned nose. or Call of Cthulhu. By the way, if anyone is interested in Call of Cthulhu, right now there's a Humble Bundle with a shitload of Call of Cthulhu content and rules books for, I think, 26 bucks. First edition Traveler. I own that. The black box, the red writing. Yeah. All right, we're going to get let's see. Double spell damage, cast speed, cast speed. What else do we have? Let's see. Elemental resistances. Good defense on that one. Knockback. No. Also, I hate cutesy. War cries. No. Damage. Cursed enemies. Do we have anything with damage over time? Elemental damage. LE piercing. Mana restoration, spell damage. Do we have anything with dot damage? Increases damage over time. Probably going to go with that one. Greedy Chestnut. We have anything else with damage over time? Maybe him? Eventually you can have, I think, 3 pack spirits out. And the number is the number of times I've gotten that particular pack spirit. And again, I have not paid for any of the packed spirits. So I've gotten this one 6 times, which tells you you get a lot of packed spirits by playing. Damage over time. I think the other one was a higher tier. Servant damages pets. Man, I have a shitload of these. Okay, I don't have any of those ones. We don't want all. We want... Ooh, erosion? We don't have any of the erosion ones. Sigh. Spell. Okay, that one is double spell damage. Which one had... Which one had the dot damage? Come on. Alright. Is it that one? That one, I think. Yeah, damage over time, ailment chance, and damage affliction. We'll form a pact. He's now following me. The snail looks like he's plotting death. Probably mine. You just can't trust a snail, okay? And this is where it comes in, so Greedy Chestnut has these as he levels up, so we get an additional 12% damage over time. 12% more. 24%. Oh, we have to allocate them. So this is where you can buy power. And a 3.5% chance to inflict damaging elements. So, right there, we just increased our damage over time by almost 50%. And I believe that's a multiplier. I'm going to AFK a sec. I'm going to refill my coffee cup, come back, and forget to turn off the AFK. According to the cup meter on the side of the carafe, that should have been another cup, not another half a cup. I have a sad... Ugh. Okay, I remembered. Back. We were heading to the deserted road. Dessert. I had dessert. I had a lollipop for dessert tonight. C's lollipops. Delicious. I've been eating them for literally 60 years. Not non-stop. As far as you know. They used to be one of the things my parents would put in our Christmas stockings when I was a kid. Okay, this is a dead end. Thanks. I think perhaps a computer game, you choose FTL. I have played FTL. I would have to crank the music. I generally turn music way down in the game because most of the time I am on, when I'm not streaming, I'm on Discord with friends, and the music tends to be very difficult for me to hear or whatever. So I always have it turned down pretty well. But I have played FTL. A genuine rogue-like, not rogue-lite. Those who may not know the difference. A rogue-like is a game where every time you play it, it's random. A roguelite is every time you play it, it's random, but you get some inheritance from previous games, like skills and items and stuff like that. I have to admit, I've never been very good at FTL. Music in most games is too loud. I agree. First thing you do in a new game is turn the music down to about 20. I normally turn the sound down to about 50, and then the music down to like 20 or 25. I'm really strong. I am. I didn't shower this morning, so yeah, I'm really strong. All right. Let's see where we are with any new items. No, I don't think so. Sure. Is that my first belt? I got my first belt! I could use a belt. Liquor humor. Alright, here we go. More murderation. It is a little bit dicey for the old man because I have to click basically very close to on things to get the spell to go off. Frankly, I'm just not that good. I'm not that coordinated anymore. I can kind of do it accurately all the time. I'm managing, But it will be better when I finally get the final form. When it basically works like Righteous Fire in Pathfinder. Which is a little bit like a walking simulator, and I'm fine with that. What the hell? I was taking all kinds of damage the whole way. What the shit? Speaking of liquor, he was tasked with going to town as one of the errands. Took the time to splurge on a small bottle of whiskey. Tasted a few hours. Ooh, which whiskey was it? If you're saying Horde, I have a guess. Lafroig. I like Lafroig, but I could understand why somebody would find it horrid. It's very, very peaty. Glen Scotia. Double cask. Never had it. I have had a lot of single malt over the years. Another talent node point. There we go. That is the correct one. We are next going for the shieldy points. Right. Oh, no, there first. Oh, there we go. What are we up to? How many now? 18. Double cask, was it cask strength as well? It's going to burst up into a bunch of little critters. There they are. See if we've got anything new and improved. Sadly, we do not. Off to Riverside. City in California named Riverside. I'm sure there are a lot of Riversides throughout the English-speaking world. Oh, dead bodies everywhere. Wasn't me. Liv. What's the problem, Liv? You appear tired. Hero traits unlocked. Loop. Loop. Hero trait. Blasphemer. Gain a divine blessing every 2 seconds in the following order. Focus blessing, agility blessing, tenacity blessing. Click the trait skill to inflict desecration on the enemies. With the highest rarity within 15 meters. Cooldown is 5 seconds. Inflict 1/3 of the max stacks each time rounded up. Converts. The effects of affixes that increase max blessing stacks. You see, this is... I don't understand. This is where understanding the game on a mechanical level is tough. Because the explanations are not great. I called it a translation issue. And it kind of is. I think the translations are probably accurate, but they're not written by somebody who understands the game at a deep level so that they can explain it in English at a deep level. I have an excellent one in your cupboard next to all the rum called Edredor. I've had the Edredor. Really good, but you're saving it for tomorrow when your dungeon master shows up as he loves to test whiskey and rum. Let's see. I had a 22-year-old cask strength Glenlivet for years that I would just occasionally get out and sip, and it was incredible. Theoretically, with a cask strength single malt, you're supposed to pour in some water to, smooth it out a little. The Glenlivet didn't need it. I have a friend who is Scottish, and his favorite was Caol, C-A-O-L. I believe space I-S-L-A. You might want to check out Caol if you've never had it. Glen Scotia is 43. Not really cask strength then, because the cask strength, the 22 cask strength Glenlivet, I think, was like 54 or something like that. 40 is about normal for a single malt, I think. So F is where we push the button. We have a treasure chest. I believe that's our first purple rarity item. that in a second. Got another bad mob over there. Stupid bugs. He's gonna burst into little bugs. Bugs making bugs, man. It's just not right. As an entomophobe, not right. Just not right. And we'll go in here. No. Pause for a sec. 40 is normal when speaking non-American units. Yeah. That's one of the things that I've noticed in shrinkflation. For instance, as you know, my normal tipple is vanilla vodka with other stuff. The percentage on the one I've bought has gone from, I think it went from 40, definitely gone from 35 down to 30% now. The shrinkflation is real. The barrier disappeared. So at least here in the USA, we're seeing at least the specialty alcohols. We are seeing shrinkflation effects. The bottles, everyone would notice if they made the bottles smaller. Just put in less alcohol. I have tried a couple of them.
Like you're not going to make it.
And
Enough to deal
certainly
with a betrayer.
some of them were definitely better than others.
I'm afraid it won't work out the way
I
you
think I
want
had
it
the
to.
absolute.
Hunter.
Let's check. Ooh. It's not as good. Come on, it's purple quality. It's higher quality. How can it not be better? I am so disappointed in you. Is it a staff? Yes, a staff. So it's a two-hander. Just so long. No. Okay. I would like to thank you all for playing, and good day, sir. Verdant Land. Not to be confused with Verdant Brink. We have a new treasure trove, our second. Koskenkorva from Finland. You got to keep in mind, though, I'm mixing it. I'm mixing it with root beer. So the vanilla vodka. The vodka I kind of want to be a blank slate, a tabula rasa, if you like. I believe we want the boots out of here, so we'll probably keep playing at least until we at least get the boots. Are you guys all dead yet? Come on, man. Jerks. I am surrounded by the little jerks. New talent node. Right. It was here to shieldy bit. We're at 18. This is one of the, if memory serves, this is one of the sort of longer of the repeatable equivalent to a dungeon. Torchlight wand, made of copper. Oh, they almost got me. Whoa, that's rather bad. Boss coming up, I think. No, not yet. We got another bend in the road, so to speak. The Torchlight wand. It might be that two of the Torchlight wands will be better than the staffs we're using. I know eventually this build ends up with a couple of like wands that it gets, or scepters that it gets. I think those are the boots we specifically want. There. Energy shield, a bunch of energy shield. Movement speed, int, cold resist, movement speed when focus blessing reaches max stacks. Chance for non-critical strikes to grant a stack of focus blessing. That's just really good. I quite like that. I'll use that. Let's check. We do have two of the Torchlight wands. I'm dubious that those are going to be better, but we'll try that in a sec. Our first pendant? Our first pendant. It's not doing much. 3 decks, 4% evasion. I don't know if I have any invasion. Alright, the Torchlight wands, let's see. If we use both of them, and we look at the staff is giving us 37% more damage. We're sticking with the staff. Let me recycle everything that's recyclable. We will challenge again. Good XP. Okay, we're currently almost at level 20. Just shy of level 20. Neglecting your household duties to watch. Need to spruce the place up for tomorrow's RPG. Very nice. Thanks for hanging out. Have an absolute blast tomorrow. For your birthday. We'll ignore today. For your birthday, celebration tomorrow. Logical tomorrow, not chronological tomorrow. Because like it's already tomorrow. Never mind. Did I have a point? I had a point. I had a point. What was I doing? I had a point. Try that again. There we are. Alright. Another point in the shieldy thing. Dex and int. I am Smurderer. Sort of. Depending on how you choose to define smart. Oh, hi guys. Why don't you all just die? Hero rank. Oh, that is for the leaderboards, I think. Oh, so much more energy shield. I'm so much tankier. Another pack node, so chance to inflict damaging ailments is higher. Oh, we got 2 more pack points. Holy Toledo. Yeah, we got that and that, right? Yeah. No pack points left. And another talent node. That will be... Night, Nod Knox. Take care, have fun. Dead yet. You have my official permission to crow. Come on, guys. Do it for me. Like I said, these repeatable things not only give important, significant, valuable loot, they're also really good at it. Oops, wrong way. Wrong way lens. Lost, huh? Boots. We have all kinds more stuff. Blink. Our skills all get better. Skill slot unlocked. Let me see what the third skill is. And that's all those. What's it down there? Pardon me going back and forth. Control spell is the third one we want. Wait, what? It's not available. It's not showing up as available. No. Go with increased area, I guess. Where's control spell? Oh, there it is. Level 27. I'm not there yet, so we'll grab one. Increased area is pretty straightforward. Until we can get the other. This just gives us 20% extra area and additional 17% damage, so. That is another skill for the 4-link. That is another talent. Two new talent point nodes. Okay, we're still in the Goddess of Deception. Let's see where we're going from there. Again, I'm going the wrong way, probably. No. Okay. After the shieldy bits, we're at 21. We need 3 more points. Where did he put the other 2 points? 3, 3. There should be one that's got a couple of points, sort of rogue points dropped somewhere. Ah, 2 in there. There we go. Okay. So 2 over here. Oh, the 1 there. Let me double check. Yep, the 1 there and then 2 there. We want the 1 first. Additional damage applied to life. And then we'll drop 2 points in there, and that'll give us our second of the tree goodies. 1 new talent point. Right. Not that. There we go. Pardon me as I'm going back and forth to the same things over and over. There we go. Got it this time for sure. And 1 more for the empty skill slot. Oof. We'll just let it be for now. Let's identify not better, better. And these are not as good. We'll cycle. Confirm. Close. Range. And we're going to go in at least one more turn. I picked that up. Didn't want to. No, that's not what we wanted to do. Yeah, I know. I'd like to be able to do away with that particular animation telling me what I got. Alright, we're halfway through level 21. We'll see where we are at the end of going through this time. Oh, hi guys. Stuck there on something. What it was. I was stuck on Band-Aid brand because Band-Aid stuck on me. Stuck again. Collision? Mob collision, maybe? Sure. Could be collision. Those things are damaging. Some mobs, when you kill them, get off these little trailing effects that are going to hit you. So we got about a half a level so far. Still getting pretty good XP. Not as good as it was, but hey. Story of my life. Those yellow glowy balls are bad. Yeah, it looks like the XP is slowed down. But this will be our last run through this particular dungeon. Treasure dungeon, whatever that. Treasure trove. Sorry. Through this particular trove. Bossy coming up. Ooh. Different legendary. Uniques or whatever the hell they are. Identify. Click through all of these. Eventually we'll turn on a filter that'll turn off the blue stuff. And eventually the purple stuff too. I think. It's been a while since I played. I didn't play last league. Range and these new boots. Not as good, at least not for this. 80% spill when standing on a terrace. Lasts for 2 seconds. Minus 30% player movement other than that. Yeah, I'm not sure that's really good. Although possibly, for instance, if later on when we get mind control, and we basically have what similar to Righteous Fire and PoE, that's always around us. In which case we would always have the plus 80 and minus 30, so plus 50%. That might. But yeah, we did not get much XP after hitting the level. Talent node, and that'll be the 24th, I do believe. It will indeed. Allocate. Let's see. I believe it's Forbidden Power. Although that's painful. 10%. No, I think it's probably Deceiver's Might. Let's see. No, it is Forbidden Power. Minus 10% elemental resistance. Eee, that's going to hurt. That is a lot of erosion damage, though. I think maybe later on we take that one. Respecs are free until you're level 90. Now leave the treasure trove.
Enough, Liv. You.
All right, Liv has got She's the anger corroded Liv. Spouting off bad vibes that turn into little unpleasant critters. A lot of people don't realize that. Whoa, that was not good. I am taking lots of damage that I don't want. There's our shields back up. Oceans are really not a good place. They don't appear to be, my potions do not appear to be regenerating at all, as best I can tell. Right, going back to the middle. Some sort of cleansing ritual going on. I don't completely understand, but that's fine. That wasn't pleasant at all. I don't know why my potions are not regenerating. Defeating enemies to charge. I did defeat them, but I guess maybe they didn't count as being defeated. Anyway, it's fine. I have obtained Fixate. Cast the skill and marks enemies within 10 meters. And I don't still work. Empty skill slot. Yes, I know. Hideout, Ember's Rest. This is the first sort of town. Aria. Spark to Molina. We've got the journey. We have cleared chapter 2. Another talent point. Actually there already. But they wanted me to do that, so who am I to say no? Oh, I'm already there. Claim. Okay, I was on the wrong tab. There we go. Phase 1. Why is it still showing the exclamation point? I've completed everything. Claimed everything. Oh, over here. We're about to get a free Pact Spirit as well. I mentioned earlier that the Pact Spirits are primarily a pay-to-win, but you do get some free. That's the Battle Pass. Purposeful Remedy. Go to Boon. A lot of this stuff is just not clear at all. A single draw costs 1. I have none of the currency. Old Friendship. We get a free draw, I think, every day. And you can get a Pact Spirit or some currency out of this. Most of the time it's going to be currency. Yeah. 1 revival token. Right. Kitty delivery. I have 22? Huh? Pact Spirit now available in boons. I have a bunch. I don't want to spend them right now because I don't know what I should be spending them on. Right, so there are all these different categories of Pact Spirits that you can draw from. So I'll want to see which ones have things that are probably better for me than others. Glitch Odyssey. This is to buy a bunch of cosmetics. Pass. More cosmetics. Pass. Glory across all realms. This is something I don't have the currency for. Blazing Fury. Again, no currency for that. But you have to click through all of them to remove the exclamation point. And sadly, I am driven by the exclamation points. I cannot have pop-up notifications and stuff like that I have not addressed and removed, because otherwise they're a constant little thorn in my brain. So many things to buy, so many ways of spending your currency. That is one of the things that kind of typifies, embodies the Asian free-to-play mechanics. Lots of mechanics, but lots of free stuff too. And it can be very difficult to kind of figure it all out. It's a lot of sensory overload. Hey, Fat Body, how you doing? Medical appointment. Check in to get a 10x draw. Day 1. Okay. So this is freebies. I got a Pack Spirit Crystal Battle. The Vorax Rehabilitation Guide. And we just did that. Oh, Specimen Extraction. Defeat 1 Vorax Elite. Do I qualify for that? I guess I have 50 Vorax specimens. I have left a specimen before. City Defense. Go to View. Let's see. Unlocks after you reach level 90. Supreme Showdown. That's the big boss endgame fight where I'll never see it, and any of you will almost certainly never see it. This is for the heavy hitters. The heaviest of heavy hitters. Day 1. See, lots of freebies. They want you... They have a lot of reasons to try and pull you back in, the freebies being the perfect example. Are you noticing that right now I'm just... okay, we've claimed all of these. I've not yet completed the Legendary Battle Pack Spirit Selection Pack. The 7-day login? Sure, give me that too. And social media. I have not linked my social media. No. No, thank you, no. Also, for those of you not paying attention, no. Next up, I believe we go with Shadow Master. Let me check. Indeed, it is Shadow Master. Top. Shadow Master. Activate. I will repeat. Respecs are free through level 90. Erosion and minion erosion damage. I don't need minions. I'm corrosive enough on my own, as all of you can attest. $20 gives you that. That's the season pass. Gives you the whole season's pass, which is extra stuff in the reward track. You get this is the free to play reward track, and that is the pay to play reward track. That's also the only way to open up the brand new character. And so a lot of players, they'll just basically every season they'll buy the season pass. For access to the new character and extra goodies. And I can't fault them for that. We will claim. This will give us 60 points towards the reward. First reward is, I think, it's every 100 points. So far we've cleared chapter 1. That gives us 60, so we can't claim any of these yet. I believe we have... Nope, not quite yet. Okay, skills. What do we got in kill? That's right. There's one skill we have not yet equipped, even though we can. What else do we have over here? Achievements. Story achievement. I believe these are account-wide. So these are the only new things I've done so far because I'm playing a character I've never played before. The shop. No, we've got more new stuff here. Top-ups allow you to... buy. Top up is the Asian word phrase that they use for basically buying currency. You're limited to one. Again, as always, they'll have a very cheap option, 99 cents. I believe there's a free one at the bottom. There is a free one every day at the bottom. that you can claim. Top up. I think you have to... claim. I believe you have to... what? Claim. It says claim. Can I not claim? I was clicking on it instead of the tab. So again, an overloading of free things and buttons to press. They're trying to make your brain give out the good happy juice for all kinds of free stuff. Outfit shot. The Celestial Dawn is 55% off. Tempting, but no. Is there a freebie in here? I don't think so, but we'll scroll through. And again, this is one of the few places where the PC UI is not really great. They don't have a scroll bar. Generally, the PC implementation UI is fine. And as I've mentioned before, is better than most console to PC UIs. There's a lot of them. Holy crap, there's a lot of them. I hope there's not a free one at the bottom. I'll feel like I've been played. Better that there's none than there's something free. There are a lot of outfits going on if you hadn't picked that up. I have no idea how much longer I'm going to be scrolling like this. A while would be the answer. Would you like an Ember Thruster? Or how about a Frightening Dream? I have those pretty frequently, actually. Not really frightening dreams, just weird. Somewhat scary. Oh, there we go. We've hit the end, and in fact, why do we still have... oh, there we go. That should be gone now. It is. Okay, excellent. Skill. All right, that's right. I keep clicking it, but I forget we have an open skill because the outfits. Skill effects. There's a new skill effect for Haunting Abomination. That's kind of pretty, actually. Acquire featured boon. I get that for free. Those are the currencies. This is one of the sort of account-wide currencies. That's the actual real money currency. I spent, I think, 20 bucks. At the time, characters were locked unless you unlocked them. I unlocked a couple through in-game mechanics, but I enjoyed the game enough that I wanted to give them, you know, some money for the game because I was enjoying it and have been enjoying it. And it was $980 to unlock an additional character. I dropped the money. Later on, they changed their character approach. Now, every character except the new character is available free to play. So I still have 980 left. I could blow those on anything. Acquire featured boon. Glory across all realms. Right, I don't have any of that. Not entirely sure how I would get that, but okay. And mail. This is the season launch reward, including a new frame. I will claim all. 200 of the Jagged Primacryst revival tokens and the new frame. Also, they do give, anytime there's any kind of maintenance or anything, they give freebies. I can delete all the red ones. And we're done. Only spent, what, 5 minutes going through all the free stuff? But, not all the free stuff. Now I have to see if I can remember where to find... I got some currency for Pact Spirits. Right, that's the Pact page. And I have to remember, it's always difficult for me to remember where that is. If it's in the shop, or the Seasons Pass, where? Pact Spirit shop. I have none of those currencies. Illusion Essence shop, none. I have 100 of those currencies. That's not enough. The Hero shop, this is where you could previously buy them. Not sure why that's still in there because they're all free as far as I know. Those are the ones I've owned. Pack. I don't think it's there. Not the top up. It may be that those were the rewards we were seeing when I was looking in the Pact Spirit. Is that in Boone? Yeah, it is. So this is where you can get... There was a red dot on that page. Yes, I still have an open skill slot. It's telling me I have an open skill slot, and I know that. Basically, at this point, I'm kind of in sort of an in-between phase right now. None of those skills are especially helpful, so I'm just leaving it open. Because an additional button to press it doesn't really do much. Not worth it to me. So here's the details, the chances to get the various Pact Spirits. The legendary ones. The only one you can get out of this is the Kitty Express at 2.5%. The rares are less than 1% each, except for that one, which I think is new. And then the normals. Mostly you're going to get Lumid Drake, Candlelight. So each of these is a different batch of Pact Spirits. And so you kind of want to pick which Pact Spirit batch has a Pact Spirit you'd be interested in. Before you spend, you do get free points. I have 2 draws. So you can see, for whatever reason, I have a whole bunch of the ones for these. I have none of this currency, which is required for those. I have 26 of these. And those. And these I have... These are sort of the basic ones you get pretty frequently from dailies. And I have none of those. So I should choose, let's see. I don't recognize any of those. I have 2 draws. Let's use 1 in each. Why not? Ooh, pirate though. I think I have to go 2 with the pirate. I should actually look. Legendary that you can get. Oh, a whole bunch of legendaries here. So we'll just go ahead. We're gonna blow 2 here. Drumroll, please. It is a common Pact Spirit. We have another draw. Let's go. Another common. I own one of him. A woo. So now we go back to Pact Spirits. We look at the Pact page. No. We say we look here. We go to change, and we're not actually going to change it right here. We're just looking for the ones that we can upgrade. That's one of the new ones. That's one we can upgrade. So we're going to upgrade him. Basically, it increases his abilities. And this is what makes it a pay-to-win mechanic. Is these Pact Spirits. Eventually, you'll have 3 of them equipped. And they are strictly pay-to-win. As I mentioned earlier, they're not a huge factor, generally speaking. But if you want to optimize at the end game, my understanding is double the loot and double the damage. If you have exactly the right Pact Spirits at the max level. Which is substantial, let's face it. So the 2 I got were ones I already had. They're now better. We'll keep him because he's giving us damage over time, ailment chance, and damage affliction. And this is a dot build, so... That's the red dot. That's because I have a skill I'm not using. We'll move over here. And we'll drop those uniques that we're not using off. We'll bulk move. Oh, I guess I didn't ID that last one. What we go? More boots, not as good. Gloves, not as good. Not as good. We will recycle those 2. We'll drop the gloves off. Boots off. The gloves off? Yes, the gloves. We'll drop the gloves off. Find Arya. So there are a lot of mechanics in there for previous leagues. Hi, Arya. How you doing?
Here you are. I often dreamed that Liv would leave me one day.
Yes, yes, you often dream blah, 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 blah. Roamer. Hi, Roamer. He's doomed. Hi, Catherine. Where's Heathcliff?
Stay safe.
I do kind of like the vehicles they have here. These ring-shaped balloons with engines on them. Although, frankly,
The Akitos are
the rotor is not going to do
Be
anything.
careful, partner.
Literally, it will do nothing because it's pushing in both directions. All right, here we go. Oh, we have a bad guy. Big bad guy. Not that big. I mean, he's not like enormous. We'll talk to him. We have another bad guy up here. How bad a guy can it be if I can murder him that quickly? Really? Alright, we have another clicky over here. Level! I'm now level 23. That guy. Big old pillar of light. I have no idea what a handpie is. Is it story? I don't know. It's hard to know. I have a couple of glowy bubbles around me. Oh, those are the, I guess, charges for like tenacity, agility, and something else. Awesome sauceness? Pretty sure it's awesome sauceness.
Stop right there.
Stop right there. I gotta know right now. What is that big red swirly? Is that mine? Is that somebody else's swirly? It's hard to know whose swirly is whose. Congrats. I obtained increased area, which I am already using because I can't use the recommended until level 27. But I do have another talent node. More erosion damage. Hey now, hey now. Can we have a little Sisters of Mercy action? My erosion. Sorry, corrosion. No. There was kind of a story in this at the beginning. They didn't do much with it. They kind of left it on a cliffhanger, and it's been sitting in the cliffhanger for like 3 years, 4 years. Another hideout. If you didn't like the first one, we have another one for you to try. This guy's not a bad guy. Obviously, look, he couldn't be a bad guy with that face. Come on. And that walk. He walks like he's got to stick up his nose. We'll go with nose. No, no, and no. We have to talk to him. Instructor's gift. We talk to Antonius. I think we're going back. Yeah, we are. I am running Jenny. I didn't think they could come inside the glowy. We're going in. They didn't want us coming in, so we're going in. Another level, 24. We have a treasure chest. Ooh, goodies. Who doesn't like a treasure chest? You know who doesn't like treasure chests? Commies. Possibly Nazis. Another packed point. Are we here? Yep. And new talent nodes. More erosion damage coming up. We like damage around here. Pain don't hurt. Pick up that white thing, did I? Maidland, which is an interesting name. I think it's supposed to be Madeline. It's just confused. Going in. Again. Deeper. Monster level is 22. He purged, huh? You mean, like, a laxative purged? Because I'm going to pass. Another level. 25. Be a treasure dungeon. Treasure trove, sorry. skip that. And now we're... It's a bossy dude. It's the not at all evil guy. We promise. Okay, hardly evil at all. Maybe a little. But who isn't a little bit evil on the weekends? Need to go this way. Can go. Not in, oh, that's... we'll see if they changed it. I don't remember if they did. That's that little room back there. That was in sort of the middle, directly below me on the minimap. You had to go back there. I think they got rid of that. Show determination. Huh? There's something. Stop hitting me. Having to go back and basically open the door and then go turn around, go right back. Another new talent point. I presume we're going here. We are. And then down to the bottom. So that next. And then down to there. Deterioration chance. Yep, that makes sense. Especially in my case, because, man, I'm definitely deteriorating. They ate through my entire shields. That wasn't very friendly at all. Quick peek, what do we got? Improvement to our increased area. Not. I don't think that NPC up there actually has anything useful. Like sympathy. I think it's a leftover from when the actual story was supposed to be something. Before they basically find it. Yeah, nobody cares. You a tight vest. Why? You guys actually gonna... Oh, I can't hurt them. I was trying, honest. Oh, there they go. No, I still can't hurt them. Jerks. Just freaking jerks. That's it. Ooh. one of the mechanic bosses. Those things hit freaking hard. I've already died once to them. That's the attack that killed me. I think I have a bunch of blue items that I need to go through. Residues. Let's get some more melee action going on. Oh, hi, guys. Pardon, I feel a sneeze coming on. Sneeze concluded successfully. Oh, another one coming. I got a twofer. Head to the Plaza of Glory. I can feel another one coming. Sudden, it's welcome to sneeze time at Lenses. Feel another one sort of percolating away in my sinuses, wanting to come out and play. 26. What did I click on? We have another. Ooh, our first gear. Obtain one piece of rare gear with tier 6 affixes. That's worth another talent point. 2 talent points available. Much more erosion damage. Basically like chaos damage in PoE 2. Already have enough Vorax substances. Click the button to enter surgical preparation. Oh, now we're talking. This is the League mechanic, our first go. Be a good place to probably call it an evening after we complete it. How are we doing? Masses of stuff. Let's go through this really fast. That's an improvement. I will take their word for it on those numbers. They're not their estimates. They're not necessarily completely accurate. Especially when it comes to any unique shoe using. Cycle, all of it. We click on that, we start. The monsters awaiting surgery are displayed here. On the left, the total activity of each incubation tank is calculated by multiplying the activity of a monster by the total number of monsters. I think this is sort of a riff on, I can't remember the name. There was a PoE 1 league where you took bits of monsters together and made combo monsters. Contracted clause, when removing a monster that is not bone sentry plus 150. Okay. Confirm. Oh, click there. Okay. This is the scoreboard. Okay. Prize pool, the ultimate activity, and prize pool, the total activity of all groups of monsters. The higher the ultimate activity, you achieve the limited reward, limited number of rounds, the better the reward in the limited round. These are your cards. There are many different kinds of cards, but this one is mine. Each having different functions, directly or indirectly affecting monsters. You only play one card in each round. So, we have one card. Heretical Scholars, Crossbowmen, or thorn scales. That's their life. Total activity is 180, 120, I like that one. We will confirm that. When removing a monster that is not Bone Sentry plus 150 quantity to one random group of monsters. You've obtained a surgical instrument. Once used, this type of card remains active for the rest of the game. They're extremely powerful, especially in certain builds, and have a significant impact on monsters' activity. Select a potion. Okay. When you have at least one group of Bone Sentries, remove up to 3 group of monsters that are not Bone Sentries, plus 28 activity and 28 quantity. Say I'm not understanding that. Slender Limb Powder Bone Sentry, add 1 group of Bone Sentries and 73 to their quantity. Magic Potion. Is that rerolls, I assume? Select a potion. Select 1 group of monsters plus 154 to their quant, and remove 2 groups of monsters of different archetypes. This is a rare potion. We want to use a rare potion, don't we? Okay. So that was increasing the crossbowmen. Now they have a lot of heart, life, bits, whatever. Select a surgical instrument. When you have normal magic and elite monsters at the same time, plus 20 heart activity. 2-inch skull nail when adding a monster if the max incubation tank quantity exceeds 25 activity. What? Don't understand. At the end of the round, fuse 2 random groups of magic monsters into rare agitos. We only have 1 random group right now. When you have normal magic and elite monsters at the same time, plus 20 to all. Tanned leather restraint. 2-inch skull nail is the most fun sounding one, so I'm going to go with that. Holy crap. Okay, so this is the ultimate activity. Next rewards are at 28,000, so we'd like to get to 28,000 rewards. Oh, and these will be like rounds of fighting monsters, I think. Reward overview. Obtain a surgical instrument at 28k. Antidote, vials, rarities. Okay, for rarities and stuff beyond that. Okay. Spinal solution. Petrified spinal solution. 1 to 2 groups of monsters. Let's go with that. Oh, I'm supposed to choose? Oh, that's the only one we can choose. The other 2 were not. I was not getting confirmed. That's the only one we can choose. So we're 25k. That's the only one that we can choose. Viviparous hormone. I actually know what viviparous means. Yeah, viviparous and ovoviviparous. Select a potion. Again. Oh, there's none we can choose? Two? Can we reroll? We can. Vivigenic. We're getting close to 28k where we would like to go. Eggshell powder. 28k, we got another level of goodies. Oh, we are getting batches of mobs. I see. There's only one thing we can get. I'm going to confirm it. Reroll. Again, I don't know what the rules are here, so right now I'm just accepting everything that I can confirm. Oh, we're up to 95,000 ultimate. I guess that's the added value of all the rounds of mobs we're going to fight. I'm going to avoid anything harder if I can. I've selected Surgical Protocol. Affect the difficulty and rewards from the endgame battle. Live leash. Normal monsters inflict paralysis for 4 seconds. Surgical risk low, medium, high. We don't want high. Low. Oh my god, when does it end? 13, I guess it's all 13 rounds. Trepanation? No. Constantly slowed to max stacks. Alright, here we go. Let's start the surgery. I expect I'm probably going to die. Shelley's operating theater. That's going to be like 6 waves of mobs. Do I have to click on it? I do. Surgery phase 1. That's phase 1. At some point you can abandon it. I see that on the side. Which one? Through the sword I can metamorphosis. Pew. I think. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Phase 3. This is getting dicier, gotta say. Don't know what I would get for abandoning, but it is tempting. I'm gonna hit that next target and abandon, I think. Things are definitely getting a bit dicier. Abandon. Quit. You'll only obtain the antidote vial based on your current confirm. I almost died. I was continuing to take damage while I was going through the, do you want to abandon? Which seems a little bit cheaty, but okay. So I thought, I'm not understanding exactly how it works. But it does appear now we have to, oh, what do we have over here? Those are the things that held the waves of mobs, I think. I think we have no choice but to go out. I assume we're going to get rewards then? Oh, those are the cards that are currently being applied. Do we get rewards? Evidently, we do not get rewards. Have to finish it? I don't know. I'll have to read up on it. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, it's not a dead end now. Maybe I had to keep fighting until I died to get a reward. I honestly do not. I will have to watch a good player as they play it. Figure it out. But I will finish off this map, and then I will call it an evening. As always, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. I'll be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Probably back playing this, but no guarantee. I will continue to play off stream, most likely. Where are we going with this one? Thank you, Fat Body. You too, my friend. I'll go through my spiel in a minute here after we finish off this map. As the kids say. Don't know which kids. Not mine. I don't have any. Which I am aware. Points. Skill ups there. Proximity things if you get too close. Summons extra mobs. It's level 27. Itchy itch. Way that way. I think we get an animation. Oh, not quite yet. Illusions. And there's the cinematic. And I'm going to go to town. Once I get to the teleporty thing. Okay, I want to thank you guys for hanging out, as always. Very appreciative. Back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Hope the rest of your Thursday night, Friday morning goes great. And I hope you can quickly get into your weekend because you deserve an awesome weekend. I am back tomorrow. Probably back here, but no guarantees. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys.